All right, so this is a different day because we are up in here on a Friday evening. A Friday evening. It's been a long week. You all have worked, you've served others, you've taken the kids back and forth. Let's see. Let's see if we can. All right, so we're good on LinkedIn now. It was some tech difficulties there. Happy Friday. I know it's a different level of commitment to not only show up 5 days, 6 days in a row, but also to show up on a Friday evening. I don't know about you all. Like my kids got out of school today, so they are in break mode officially. There we go. All right, so we have the close. I had the captions on, but now I turned them on for those of you all who may have needed them. All good on YouTube. Awesome. All right, it is Friday evening, guys, and we are going to go ahead and get started because I know that we have a lot to cover tonight. We have some special guests coming on tonight as well. And so I am just really, really excited to get started. All right. All right. So tonight is all about casting your vision. Tonight is about casting your vision. Ooh, and I did not record it. There we go.
Recording in progress.
Oh, thank you. You like my sweater? I got it last year from Target. And I was like, oh, that's a good holiday sweater, ugly Christmas, ugly sweater parties, and all of the things. And so I went and found it in my closet today. And I was like, I'm going to wear this tonight. So welcome, welcome, welcome to the published and paid 5-day challenge. Welcome back. We are officially on day 5. First of all, I want y'all to give me a virtual hand clap on YouTube and LinkedIn. Give me a virtual hand clap on Facebook and Zoom. Hand clap, a high five, a virtual high five, because you guys showed up for the pajama kickoff party on Sunday. We met on Monday for session 1, Tuesday for session 2. On Wednesday, we had a double header. We did a noon lunch and learn, and then we did a bonus training on Wednesday evening. We connected on yesterday and had an amazing session. Listen, how are y'all feeling after yesterday's session? How are you guys feeling about yesterday's session? Go ahead and drop in the chat some of your takeaways, some of your key takeaways from yesterday's session. Zakira said, mind blowing. What were some of your key takeaways from yesterday's session? TJ said, introspective. Ruby said, the thing you want is likely different from the thing you have to do. Absolutely. Leslie said, impactful authors make money. Yes. Yes. What were some of your takeaways from yesterday? I know that I shared a lot. And I know for many of you all, it may have been shifting in a sense, because a lot of times when people think about writing a book, they don't necessarily think about using the book as a tool to create new opportunities, or using the book as a tool or a method to start a business or grow an existing business. It's oftentimes a project of passion, instead of actually using it as a growth tool. Tangela said pre-sales, financial planning, 1 month, 6 months in first year. Yes. Samantha says leveraging your skills. Absolutely. Amber says, I'm excited creating a business plan and 6-figure success blueprint. Yes, that is called revenue mapping. Understanding, breaking down the strategy to get the 6 figures and what you're going to do and sell to get there. Oftentimes entrepreneurs say, well, I want to make $50,000 in my business. I want to make $100,000 in my business. I want to make $250,000 in my business. But they never stop to think about what they need to do to make that happen. And oftentimes when you write it down on paper, it makes it real for you. And when you write it down on paper, you actually see it's really not hard. It's not hard. It makes it attainable. It makes it realistic instead of just saying, and instead of it just being some type of lofty goal that you set for yourself, but you really don't have a clue how to get there. Once you actually create your six-figure success system and you map out what you need to sell, how you need to sell it, the different methods that you can, the different ways in which you can transform your book to monetize it, it just kind of brings it all together. Ruby says your book is a purpose and profit producing tool. Francis says your book is the first brick to build a platform of getting paid. It absolutely can be. It was for me. Ariel says it's just everything from beginning to end. Brandy says learning a new skill. Kenya says you have to be willing to do something different and change your mindset at every level. Absolutely. You have to be willing to grow. I saw a clip of Sarah Jakes Roberts this morning on Instagram, and she was just giving a speech on how people will see you and want certain things, but they don't realize the person that you had to become to attain those certain things. Because you don't just get certain things, you don't go to new levels without changing and without growing and without evolving. And so anytime you set goals, you have to become the person and become the type of person that you need to be in order to accomplish those goals and reach them. Yes, Mary said changing perspectives, the business mindset, the transformational monetization of my book. Sharon says realizing that you have the answer for your audience. Yes. Love it. Well, I definitely thank everybody for sharing your gems and for sharing your takeaways. All right. Welcome back to the Published and Paid 5-day challenge. Are you all enjoying the challenge so far? Has this been worth your time? Y'all make sure you leave us a testimonial in the Facebook group, or if you're watching on LinkedIn or YouTube, make sure that you leave a testimonial about your experience. Like that really matters and that helps us, because there are a lot of ads on Facebook. There are a lot of people saying they do a lot of things, but when people have the opportunity to hear it from you, that it really is the real deal, that it's not fluff, that it's, that it's definitely valuable, then that helps us. So if I have helped you in any way over the past 5 days, I do ask that you help me by sharing your thoughts about and sharing your experiences just in a simple Facebook post in the group. Can you guys do that for me? Can y'all do that for me today? I appreciate it so much. And we definitely would appreciate you leaving some type of feedback, leaving a review on my pages. It really matters. It really does matter, especially in these social media, these internet streets, and people don't know what they're getting. But when they hear it from you or when they see it from you, it definitely helps to validate. So I appreciate you all leaving some positive feedback about some honest feedback about your experience during this challenge. So welcome back to day 5. Yes, we are on day 5, but we are far from over. We still have a bonus session 6 tomorrow, right back here at 8 p.m. Eastern, where I'm going to share with you how to use your book to start your speaking career. And then on our final bonus session, session 7, on Sunday evening at 8 p.m., I am going to share with you how you can turn your book into $10,000 or more, or how you can make $10,000 or more from your book. And so, yes, today is day 5, but we still have bonus session 6 tomorrow and bonus session 7 on Sunday. And again, like I was saying, Don't let this just be another workshop that you came, you participated, you took all the notes, but did nothing with it. Definitely make sure that you implement this. Implement what you learn. Even if you don't decide to work with us, if you decide to go work with another coach, make sure that you have somebody that you trust and who will guide you, because you cannot do it alone. And if the information that you've learned in this workshop has helped you, put it into action. Come back and let me know, hey, that what you taught on day 4, I put it into action and this is what I've done. What you taught on bonus day 6, I put it into action and got my first speaking engagement. Come back and let us know. Okay. We would definitely love to work with you in the Published and Paid Success Academy and provide that additional support. As a coach, I believe that every coach and every business owner needs a coach, right? But even if you decide not to work with me, you need to make sure that you get under the guidance and tutelage of somebody, okay? Somebody that's with integrity and somebody that can lay out the roadmap for you and not just piecemeal it, all right? So my name is Jasmine Womack. I'm the CEO of the Impact Group, a writing consultant and digital business growth company where we help leaders and entrepreneurs transform their $1 million message into a best-selling book and help published subject matter authors generate 6 figures or more by transforming their book into digital courses and coaching programs. Yes, we work with our published authors to help them transform their book into digital courses and coaching programs. But as you can see, we're very thorough. So we don't just stop at helping you to create it. We show you how to sell it. We show you how to launch it. We help you to grow into a 6 or multiple 6-figure business owner. Okay. There are no worksheets in the workbook for days 6 and 7. So just make sure you bring extra paper. I added bonus days 6 and 7 at the last minute. That's why I say, you know what? It's the holidays. I think that I'm going to give some bonuses in. And the workbook was already designed and I didn't have time to go make revisions. So we're just going to make it do what it do, right? All right. So as always, we are going to start off our session with a moment of silence. We have been very busy this week. We've been very busy today. You may have had to do some running around, but right now we need to take a moment to center ourselves. We need to take a moment to quiet our minds. Okay. And we need to set the intention. So we're going to take a moment of silence, and whether you choose to pray during this time, I always pray, or whether you just sit in a moment of silence and meditate on what you want to get out of tonight's session. Heavenly Father, we thank you. We thank you for all that you've done, all that you've done, all that you continue to do. Your word says that where 2 or more gathered in your name, there you are with them. And I thank you for this day. And I thank you for your amazing grace. I thank you for the opportunity to work and speak, work with and speak and pour into all these amazing author, speakers, and coaches all over the world. And I ask that you grace me with the ability and with the strength to continue to pour tonight. I pray that each person who was on live and those who are with us in spirit are able to get a morsel or get a nugget that can transform their minds and transform their businesses into the next trajectory that you have planned for them. All of you and none of me. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. All right. Let's get started. All right, y'all, let's get started. Okay. All right. So in tonight's training, you will learn how to set a completion deadline for your book. You're going to learn how to stay on track with your writing. You're going to learn how to stay motivated even when you feel like quitting. And you're going to learn how to create 4 streams of income from one book. And I also have some special guests that I'm going to bring on that are going to share their stories and their experiences as well. So I know that many of you all may have been trying to write your books, for some of you for a few months, some of you for many, many years. But there's always some excuse or reason that comes up as to why you haven't been able to move forward. There's always been some type of blockage. Some of you say it's been finances. Some of you say it's been overthinking. Some of you Say it's just been straight up procrastination, right? You might have a habit of, you might feel as if you have a habit of overthinking. You may be someone that has multiple ideas and you find yourself trying to write multiple books at once. I know I'm telling the truth. You're trying to write book number 1, 2, and 3 all at the same time. And literally looking all over and still confused. But I want to tell you that in this process of becoming a published and paid author, you must become more focused on the opportunities than you focus on the obstacles. And that's with anything. All right. So tonight we're going to talk about how to hold yourself accountable and make it happen, because your future and your readers, other people are depending on you, and they're depending on you to show up and show out in a way that you may have not before. So the first thing that you want to do when casting your vision, because it's one thing to say that I want to write a book. A lot of people want to write a book. 80% of people want to write a book, but like only 2% of people who want to actually do it. So how do you become part of the 2%? How do you become part of the 2% that accomplishes the goal? How do you become part of the 2% who don't take years and years and years to actually make it happen? That's what we're talking about tonight. So the first thing you want to do is that you want to set a completion deadline. So I know that many of you all are busy. You have many responsibilities. You have a lot going on, right? So I want you to consider your current schedule and your responsibilities. I want you to consider your current schedule and your responsibilities. Maybe you're a caretaker. Maybe you have multiple jobs on top of being a single parent. Maybe you have several children, right? And you're doing a combination of things. Maybe you volunteer a lot of your time and energy to doing all the things. Consider your current schedule and responsibilities. And you have to know that in order to construct a new life, you're going to have to make space for it. It's not going to happen by itself. You're going to have to make space for the new. You cannot build a brand new building on an old foundation. It's not going to work. It is not going to last. You're going to have to set a solid foundation so that you can build on top of it. So I need you to determine in this season where you're going to be writing your book, you're going to need some space to do that. You're going to need some time. You're going to need some mental capacity as well, right? So I need you to determine what works in this new space in your life that you're creating and what doesn't. And then I want you to determine, what do you need to do to create space? So for some of you, that means that you need to take some responsibilities off of your plate. Implement some boundaries. It's okay to say no. For some of you, that means that you're going to need to talk to your family members. Maybe you need to talk to your husband and children and say, listen, this is what I'm working on. And so from this time to this time, I need this time to focus. For some of you, it might mean getting up an hour early, or an hour earlier than you normally do, or staying up an hour later, or leveraging your lunchtime instead of surfing your phone to work on your book. So this is not about putting this on the back burner and making it optional, because as long as you make it optional, it's never going to happen, because you're always going to find something else in life that can take precedence. And it will take precedence if you don't make it a priority. So this is where you have to commit to making the time, because the time is not going to find itself, and the book is not going to write itself. And this is one of the reasons why we've created Published and Paid Success Academy. Now, in our high-ticket consulting programs, our clients follow an advanced, rigorous, accelerated track to finish their books in record speed. However, we know that that does not work for everybody. Some of you all do need more time. Some of you need to be able to set your own pace without additional commitments or without somebody like me saying, hey, let's get it going. Because that may create anxiety with you, right? You need your work responsibilities may be too much to where you cannot go into a more rigorous group coaching program, but you still want to get it done. This is why we created Published and Paid Success Academy. You need flexibility, but you still need the support and the step-by-step strategy to make things shake. All right. So when you want to stay on track with your writing, you got to understand that writing your book is a project. This is a project. And so one of the things that you can do is to actually project manage its completion. So I know that there are some of you all being organized really is that's not your jam. Setting deadlines is not your jam, right? It's just not. Like paying attention to the nooks and crannies and all the details, that's not your jam. But that's why in Published and Paid Success Academy, you have the opportunity to get access or to purchase a project management toolkit that literally maps out for you. It's only $49, but it maps out for you each week what you should be working on so that you can actually finish your book within 12 weeks. I've already done all the work for you. So your book is a project and you need to project manage its completion. So in order to do this, yes, you can use tools to help you. But what you really want to do is make sure that you block out times on your calendar when you decide that you will work on specific elements of your book. So when I say that your book is a project, this means that you're not going to do everything all in the same day. That causes and creates overwhelm. You select certain lessons to go through. You select certain things to complete on certain days and during certain weeks. So this is where you block out times on your calendar when you will work on specific elements. And you will have to hold yourself accountable to getting it done. And here's the thing. Each time you reach a certain milestone, you reward yourself. One of the things that I've learned is that, many women tend to take on all the responsibilities and we tend to take on all the things. And this isn't to say that men don't. I just know that we have majority women on our training tonight. And we get caught up in the doing. And we go from one thing to the next, and we do, and we do, and we accomplish, and we accomplish. And we never take a moment to pause and to reflect on our wins. We never take a moment to pause and to reflect on the great things that we have accomplished, and we don't adequately reward ourselves. Rewarding yourself is a motivator to keep going. So I want you to think about the ways in which you will reward yourself once you hit certain milestones with your book. So you finish your rough draft. What's going to be your reward for that? You've gotten your book cover design. What is going to be your reward for that? You finished the editing. Woo! What is going to be your reward for that? You've gotten your pre-order link together. How are you going to reward yourself? You got the first draft of your book in your hand. Woo! How are you going to reward yourself? You sold your first copy. How are you going to reward yourself? You hit a sales goal to sell your first 100 books and make $2,000 from your book. How are you going to reward yourself? You sold 400 books and made $10,000. We talk about this on Sunday. How are you going to reward yourself? How? We get so caught up in the doing that we never stop to think about how we are doing what we do. And we don't take time to breathe and sit in the wind and reward ourselves. So I want you to think about what you're going to do to reward yourself, holding yourself accountable to get it all done over a span of time, and reward yourself each time you reach a milestone. And when I talk about this, I think about the story of Nehemiah. If you've never read the book of Nehemiah in the Bible, it's one of my favorite chapters. Nehemiah decided he was going to rebuild the wall in Jerusalem. And there was a lot that needed to happen. He got a lot of volunteers. They were facing threats. They were facing death. They were facing all of the things because there were people that were mad because he was building the wall. There are people that's going to be upset with you just because you're writing a book. There are people that's going to feel some type of way just because you're doing something that they didn't have the strength to do. And literally, it says in the book of Nehemiah that the builders had swords in one hand and they were building the wall with the other while looking over their backs. But one of the things that I loved about Nehemiah is that he divided them up and each person had a specific task. Project management goes back to the Bible. Everybody couldn't do everything all at the same time. We had chaos. You had certain people that were responsible for completing certain tasks at certain times. When they got exhausted, you had some that were standing on guard while the others were building. So you cannot do everything all at one time, and you can't do it all by yourself. You're going to have to schedule it out. You're going to have to do a little bit at a time, and you're going to have to project manage it. And this helps you to not become overwhelmed. This helps you to do it in a way that is manageable. And it also helps you to do it in a way in which you can hold yourself accountable, but still complete the task or still complete your goal, reach your goal within a certain period of time. Remember that as you're writing your book, all of your content has to go back to your power positioning statement. If what you want to talk about does not go back to your power positioning statement that you created on day 2, that means that if it's not connected or related in some way, that means that it's extraneous information and you don't need to put it in your book. So how do you stay motivated? Because there are going to become some times during the process when you might lose motivation. There might be some times during the process when life will begin to life and distractions may come. And again, this is one more thing that you put on the back burner. So I want you to think about what life will be like if you stay where you are right now. If you continue to let this go unfinished, or if you continue to struggle on your own. Because all of you came here because there was knowledge that you needed that you didn't already have. There was clarity that you needed that you didn't already have. There was strategy that you needed that you didn't already have. That's why you are here. So unless you want to stay on the merry-go-round of confusion, you're going to have to do something different. So I want you to think about what your life or your business will be like if you stay right where you are as it pertains to this book. Will you continue to be confused, have unfulfilled goals, wanting more, but not really doing all that you can do to get it? Like, what is the alternative if you quit? Like, if you quit, what is the alternative? What's going to happen? And is that truly what you want? Do you want to be in the same place this time next year, December 2023, still saying, I'm still trying to figure this thing out? Do you want to be in the same place December 2023 saying, man, listen, I saw Jasmine a year ago and I should have worked with her then. I could have been done by now. I want you to love yourself enough and respect the idea that God is giving you enough to do something with it. Respect yourself enough to do something with the goal that you have. This idea of writing a book has been placed inside of you for some reason. Respect God enough and the idea that he's giving you to do something with it. When you want to stay motivated, I also want you to remember that your environment matters. Your environment matters. So you're going to have to get yourself in the right community. We all know how it feels to be on a one man's island or on a one woman's island. When you're doing things by yourself, it's very, very easy to lose focus and give up, especially during challenging times. It's very easy to lose focus and become frustrated when the people around you have no idea, they have no clue about what it is you're doing, and really it's not important to them. You thinking about writing your book and building something for your future, but they're thinking about watching the game. So you're going to have to put yourself in a community and surround yourself with other people who are doing the things that you desire to do. Community is important. Accountability is important. And believe it or not, coaching is important too. Remember, it is not just about writing the book, but it's about who you become during the process. And when you want to do something different and create something that you've never had, there are going to be some elements of you that are going to change. It's not about what you do, but it's about the type of person you become to accomplish and to do the thing that you want to do. And it's not just about writing the book. It's not just about sharing your story. It's about, yes, the people that you help in the process. And it's also about the income producing assets that you create in the process. Now, I see someone in the Zoom chat saying that every time I write, the warfare intensifies. That's my struggle to keep going. You think that when you begin to do something different, that things are going to stay the same? Now, I told you guys on day one that I incorporate the word in my teachings. The Bible says that we flesh not against people. We fight against spirits, principalities. So you think that when you begin to shift, you think that when you begin to change, that certain energies aren't going to fight to keep you exactly where you are? You think you're not going to be challenged in the spiritual realm when you begin changing and shifting and transforming in the spiritual realm and in the physical realm to do something different so that you can get something that you've never had? When things start happening and when challenges start coming up, that means that you are on the right path. And that means that you have to go through whatever is coming your way, or it's going to keep recycling. It's a test. At some point, you have to be mentally sound and spiritually sound enough to pass the test. You have to be, or else you're going to continue to stay the same. It's like a muscle. You're exercising. When you start trying to get in shape and lose weight, you don't think that when you start restricting yourself, saying, you know what, I'm going to eat at these times instead of all throughout the day, I'm going to only eat these types of foods so that I can get this type of result, that the temptation isn't going to come? You don't think that your friends or spouse are going to start asking you, do you want to go to this restaurant? You want to go to that restaurant, and bringing you all your favorite things? It is a test. How committed are you going to be? How committed are you going to be? And I'm going to be honest with you. I don't believe in asking folks to pray for me all the time, because you don't know if people praying for your downfall or what. You better pray for yourself. You better go into fasting for yourself. So, and ask for the spiritual discipline, ask for the focus, ask for the tools that you need to overcome whatever it is that's coming your way. Like I said, this is not about what you do. This is about who you become. There have been many times I've been in my closet praying, God, you got to show me how to do this. Many times I've gone into fasting. You got to reveal, God, you got to reveal this thing to me. You got to remove this challenge or show me how to deal with it. This is the truth. A lot of folks don't pray for themselves. I'm praying. Don't pray for me. And it's trusted advisors that I ask, trusted people that I know have my best interests at heart. A lot of folks be out here praying for your downfall. This is where spiritual discipline and focus. So when you start doing a new thing and you start having things to come up to try to block you, you have to understand that those are distractions. The distractions are going to come. To see how serious are you about creating this new that you say you want to create. And I'm just telling the truth. How to create four income streams from one book. Gotta talk about it. Because when the truth of the matter is that when you start doing new things, things do happen. They do happen. Sometimes it might feel like all hell is breaking loose. But it's a test. It is a test. And you're either going to keep failing the test, or you're going to put on your spiritual armor, you're going to put on your mental armor, you're going to put on the armor of discipline, and you're going to fight the battles. You're going to control what you can control and surrender to the rest. You're going to stick to your project management. Do what you can do and let the rest go and keep it moving. All right? How to create 4 income streams from one book. You can turn your book into a signature speech. We'll be talking about this tomorrow. You can have a signature speech titled the same as your book. Your signature speech can be 20 to 30 minutes. And technically, even in this challenge, each session that I've taught could be its own presentation. I think we know this. Each session that I've taught, there's been 45 to 60 minutes, technically could be its own presentation for anywhere from $2,500 to $5,000 to the right audience, literally for the same amount of time. And I know this. That's why when people say they can't make it, when people say they're not doing this, they're not doing that, and they're expecting somebody to give them something other than what they're already getting, I'm like, you're missing out. That I don't care when people say they can't make it, they text in, somebody texts in something real nasty. And it's an automated text system. And we don't typically respond through the automated text system because it's a mass of text that goes out all at one place. But they text in saying, I told y'all I can't make it. I worked during that time. I'm like, well, you signed up. The time was on the registration page. Who fault is that? If you can't come, watch the replay. If you don't want to do that, I have nothing for you. Why? We're grown. What are you doing? Turn your book into a self-study course. You can sell your course passively. It doesn't require your presence. You can sell a course where you show up once a week, where you show up once a month, depending on what you're giving. You can sell a mini course priced between $97 and $497, and it helps your clients to achieve one core outcome. Remember, like we talked about yesterday, creating a course as an extension of your book is a different way and modality for your readers to experience you. You can turn your book into an in-person workshop where you share your notes and ideas, this is in an in-person workshop or some type of in-person event. This is where you facilitate and you provide a level of training, but you also provide space for implementation. So that means that you provide space for your attendees to actually do the work that you're talking about. That's implementation. So with an in-person workshop, you want to think of it as you want to think of it in the same manner as you do a course, except for now you guys have time to actually do the work in person. Okay. I had 3 streams. I'm sorry, guys. I had 3, not 4. All right. So I have a special guest that I want to bring on. Let's see. Shatera, are you in? Shatera Oliver, you're in. Can you turn on your camera?
Hear me?
I can hear you. Can you turn on your camera?
Oh, it's showing that it's on. Okay, hold on.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, we're good to go. Hey, Shatera.
Hey.
Hey, guys. So I wanted to introduce you to Shatera. Shatera actually graduated from this course several years ago, and then she came on to work with us in some of our higher level consultant programs. So Shatera, please go ahead and introduce yourself.
Yes, hello everybody. My name is Shatera Oliver. I am a relationship and boundaries coach. So I specialize in teaching women how to set boundaries so they can confidently attract the love of their life. I am also, hey cousin, I see you in here.
Hold up, are y'all cousins for real?
No.
Oh, okay, I'm about to say.
We adopted each other.
Okay.
But I am also the author of this beauty right here, The Magic of Getting Uncomfortable, 8 strategies to help you forgive yourself and others by setting boundaries to elevate your confidence.
I love it.
That is about me. And that's my coach, y'all, that's talking to y'all right now. I'm still working.
I love it. I love it. I love it. So, Shatera, when you came through the academy, at that time it was known as the Foundations course. But when you came through the academy, you were not trying to hear nothing I had to say. Can you please tell us about that?
Stubborn was a curse. It was definitely me. Like nothing that definitely was saying, I can go by myself. I didn't want to do, and I was so invested in working. I was like, but I didn't want to change. I still wanted to do it my way. And Jasmine really taught me not just about the foundations of writing, but the foundations of trusting in God and surrendering into the process, because me and God weren't seeing eye to eye at the time, if I was being completely honest with you. So she really taught me how to have my own relationship with God. So she gave me the biggest gift that she could ever give me. So
that means a lot. That means a lot. You never said that. That means a lot. You got me here about to tear up. So tell us about the writing process, from going from stubborn and wanting to stick to your own ideas to now having your book in your hand. Like, what was that process for you?
Y'all, when she told y'all that you have, because I was on here the entire session, when she told y'all that you have to become in the process, she means exactly what she says. You have to become in the process. And I really had to surrender. So I had to change my habits a lot. What was I consuming on a daily basis? Making time to have this gift and to live this purpose, because I realized that this was bigger than me. And I realized that it was my responsibility to carry this gift out. And if I don't carry this gift out, someone won't get their blessing because of me. So I had to become in the process, form the mindset of a business owner, form the mindset of a leader. And it took a lot of work. Like Jasmine knows, like I was very, very stubborn. Coach Shania is probably in here too, like very, 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 very stubborn. And I wasn't trying to hear it. But I'm going to tell you something, to be honest with you. I know I don't want to hold up anything, but I had to really get into the mindset of a leader. I didn't think I was worthy enough to be a leader. I've had to really have a come to Jesus moment and say, Shatera, you are meant for this. You are qualified for this. I gave you the vision, carry the vision out. So I had to really and Jasmine knows I like being behind the scenes. I never liked being in the forefront. And when she learned that, she was like, oh no, we got to get you from this. We got to get you from that. Because what my gift is going to hold other people's gifts up if I don't show up. I have a responsibility to show up. So if that answers the question, I'm sorry if I get a little long-winded.
Oh, no need to apologize. You were perfect. So what have been some of your wins outside of the book?
Ooh, wins outside of the book.
Yeah, because the book is a win. You've written, you've self-published it, but we talk about becoming published and paid, you know. And so what have been some of the things that you've been able to do as an extension of the book?
Y'all, when I tell you so many doors have opened up, and I feel like the floodgates are just coming on in now from the seeds I've been planting. But I had 4 speaking engagements. I have another one tomorrow morning. I just checked my email before we came on here, and I said, oh, shoot. I got a speaking engagement tomorrow. So I have a speaking engagement. I booked my Jasmine, I'm sorry. I forgot to tell you, I have another client too. So another client. So I have 2 clients total. One is starting in January. One is starting December 24th, Christmas Eve. Both of them signed up for the payment plan. It's opened doors for me to communicate with other individuals about like their progress, helping other single women. It's helped me build my email list incredibly so that I'm making all of these connections. It is amazing how many doors is open for me.
I'm so happy for you. I'm so happy for you. I am. Y'all. I'm just so happy. Yeah, you didn't tell us that you said you had a call, but yes, I'm just so happy for you, and I'm proud of you because you've done the work. During the challenging times and even during the doubtful times, you stuck in there, and like you said, the seeds. The fruit is starting to blossom. And so I'm so happy for you. So if there's anybody, what would you say to somebody that may be on the fence about joining the academy and working with us?
Y'all, please go sign up. I promise you won't regret. I promise you will not regret it. Like, it's so many things. If you are saying, if you're on the fence of, how am I gonna make this money back? And that's why you need to be in this workshop, the program, because you're going to learn so many skills that you can carry over with you for the rest of your life. You are setting the foundation and the tone for your family as well, breaking down generational walls, patterns. Do it. I promise you will not. You can even come message me and say, Terry, you lied to me. I promise you I didn't.
I appreciate it so much. Yes, and so tell everybody where they can find you. If there's anyone that's interested in purchasing a copy of your book or connecting with you.
Of course. So you can find me on Instagram at TheShatera Oliver. TheShatera Oliver. Also Facebook, Shatera Oliver. If you want to purchase a copy of my book, it's theshateraoliver.com. That's how you can connect with me. Message me if you have any questions. If you're unsure, you can come message me in private. I'll be glad to answer any questions.
Awesome. And that's Coach Tanya, can you spell her name out? Because the captions aren't getting it correctly. It's TheShatera Oliver. Thank you so much, Shatera, for coming through tonight.
You're welcome, Coach. You're welcome.
All right. Next up is Tracy in. Is Tracy in?
I am.
Come on up, Tracy. Oh, don't you look good? Y'all just coming through looking good.
I had to find the quietest place in the building.
I'm so happy to see you. Well, welcome, y'all. Here's Tracy. Tracy, please go ahead and introduce yourself to everyone.
Hello, everybody. My name is Tracy. I specialize in helping wives and moms prioritize themselves guilt-free so that they can show up as their happier self. And the book that I wrote is, you can see it, it's Dear Self, Please Forgive Me, A Woman's Guide to Self-Love and Forgiveness.
Awesome. Awesome. Y'all, I've known Tracy since college. So we went to college together. And I always deem it an honor, like when people who knew me like back in the day, they still come and work with me 15 years later, you know. And so Tracy has been a joy to work with. She started out in the academy. It was formerly called the Foundations course. It was a writing foundations course, but we've transformed the name, changed up the branding a bit. And she started out and she wrote her book while she was in the academy. And she too has come on over to some of our more advanced consulting programs where she's building out her sales systems and understanding how to maximize speaking, getting clients, and all the things. So can you tell us a little bit about your writing journey when you first started?
Well, I actually wrote my book during COVID. And you really helped me just push it out there within a matter of weeks, because I was in quarantine for 2 weeks. And I think it took me about 2 weeks to write the book.
Yeah, I told everybody that I haven't opened up the program in 3 years. It was in 2020. It was during the pandemic. So I said, we're going to open it back up. But yes, I know that you had some doubts when you were first writing your book. Can you talk about the doubts that you had versus and that what that looked like to go from doubting whether you could do it, whether it was good enough, to actually holding your product in your hand and being proud of it?
Yeah, I did. I had a lot of doubts because I didn't think that I had a story to tell. And then when I started writing my story, I got to the point to where it's like, okay, nobody's going to want to hear my story. Like, it's not one of those extravagant stories, you know, that that can help women, that can give them the freedom that they're seeking from, you know, the pain and stuff that they were dealing with, until I actually wrote the book and I began selling it. And I'm getting all these reviews about how amazing it was. And the way that I wrote the book, a lot of women are saying that it helped them to be able to look back, because a lot of women say, you know, I didn't know that I needed to forgive myself. So they are taking the steps that they need to take in order to move forward with self-forgiveness and self-love.
Yeah, and some people are asking in the chat, can you hold the book up again? I think that they're interested in it. There we go. Dear Self, Please Forgive Me. Yes. Okay, so you've written a book. Now you're working on some other things. So can you share some of the ways in which you've grown and some of your successes after writing the book?
I am actually in the process of creating my 6-week course. So I'm very excited about that. I'm up to 3 weeks now, and I'll have it. So, and the course is basically reclamation of self after commitment. So it's basically talking about how a woman is able to remember who she was and get back to loving herself and prioritizing herself after she's gotten married and had kids.
I love it. I love it. Now, were you always confident to show up on social media and talk and
No, I hate social media. Like I'll get on and I'll post, but Jasmine challenged me to start going live, and in the beginning it was nerve-wracking because it's like nobody's going to listen to me. I don't even know what I'm going to say, even after writing down my notes and stuff. And the more I did it, the more comfortable I got. Now you can't really keep me on social media.
I love it. I love it. Yes, you got some people in the comments that's interested in your book. So let everybody know where they can find. Oh, I'm sorry. Before we go there, if there, what would you say to somebody that's on the fence about joining the academy?
I would tell you guys to believe in yourself more than anything. Believe in yourself and trust the process, because that was one of the biggest fears that I had. I knew I had my story because I wrote the book and I sold the book, But the confidence wasn't there for me to actually go forth with the other streams of income that I could have. But trust the process, believe in yourself, and don't be afraid to open your mouth, because that was my biggest thing. I don't know what they're gonna say about me, so I'm not gonna ask my questions. Do not be afraid. And if you are having doubts, I'm telling you right now, it is an experience worth taking. It's a journey worth taking. But just believe in yourself.
I love it. I love it. All right. So we have some people that are interested in connecting with you and purchasing your book. Can you let everybody know where they can buy your book and how they can find you on social media and connect with you further?
Okay, my website is my name, www.tracie.johnson.com. My Instagram is author Tracie Johnson, and I'm Tracie Johnson on Facebook as well.
All right. Thank you so much for coming through, Tracie.
Thank you for having me.
All right. I will see you on Monday for what we're doing. So I'll see you soon. All right, guys. So if you have been on the fence about joining the Academy, definitely get off the fence. Enrollment will be open until Sunday evening at 11:59 p.m. Eastern. You can go to www.publishedandpaidacademy.com and go ahead and register. We have the pay in full. We have the payment plan option, which is $97 per month. And there's also, for those of you all who need it, you can finance it through PayPal if necessary. And the course will never be this price ever again. Matter of fact, we discounted it 50% for the holiday to give as a gift to you. But we, of course, on Monday, it'll go back to regular price. And then actually, once January 1st hits, the price of it is going to increase because of the value that's immense that you are getting. A full-blown A to Z pathway from your mindset work to your writing and mechanics, understanding how to do the research, understanding the copyright process, actually writing your book, self-publishing your book, going through the self-publishing process, and marketing and sales, all in module 10, right? How to write your synopsis, how to begin actually marketing your book, how do you put yourself out there, how do you plan your book release party, how do you plan your launch, how do you create the content around it, and all the things. And so we definitely, and we're always adding to it. We are always adding to it. On top of that, you get monthly Q&As with our coaching team and support in the Facebook group. Not this Facebook group, but there's one specifically for the course. During the times that you still need help, but we don't have a call, you get a lot of support to help you accomplish this goal, and you get access to it for a year. But as you can see, many of our clients have written their books within 12 to 16 weeks. Within 12 to 16 weeks. Leslie said, I signed up and have gotten so much. I'm feeling like 2023 is going to be my year to shine. Yes, the course is so full. It's so full. And not only that, we're actually making updates to it. We're always making updates. I was on the phone earlier with Coach Tanya, and we were talking about some updates that our student that we were going to make to it so that our students would know what to post in the Facebook group and when, and making sure that you're getting the ample feedback that you need so that you can actually accomplish your goals. So I'm really excited to welcome more of you all into the Academy. You can go to www.publishedandpaidacademy.com. JC said, I know that's right. Meet Leslie. So JC signed up. Feels like she's gotten access to gold. So make sure you go to www.publishedandpaidacademy.com. Enrollment closed Sunday night at 11:59 p.m. Don't email us on Monday asking to get the discounted price. It's not going to happen. All right. So with that being said, this concludes session 5. All right. Drop in the chat before we leave. What was one of your number one takeaways from today's session? What was one of your number one takeaways from today's session? I shared a lot. We talked about setting your completion deadlines. We talked about project managing your book, staying on track with your writing, staying motivated, and how to create 4 streams of income from one book. So Cornelia said project management. TJ says, I can't form a foundation off of an old building. Tangela says, plan how I will celebrate my milestones during the process of writing my book. JC says, I love how you got me right regarding the warfare. Brandy says, project management. Zakir says, change of environment. Avril says, being aware of distractions. Be the success you want to see. Self-care and rewarding yourself when completing a milestone. Yes, yes, and yes. So I'm so glad that this session was valuable for you all. Now, for those of you all who are really serious, I definitely encourage you to come back for our bonus sessions. Our bonus sessions are going to take place at 8 p.m. Eastern tomorrow night, Saturday, and Sunday. Sunday is our finale. All right. T, I know that we had some. We've been looking to see who has been completing the homework too. So we're actually going to tonight let you all know who our who our giveaway winners are. All right. Who our giveaway? You're ready? Do you have everybody listed, or are you just gonna put them in a Facebook group?
I have them ready in queue in the Facebook group, but I could go ahead and shout them out now. Yeah,
go ahead. Let us know who our giveaway winners are. Showing up every day, completing the homework every day.
Drum roll, please. So the first winner is Miss Teresa Davis. If you are still on, you are one of our winners. You should already have a DM message from me as well. Congratulations, Teresa Davis. Our next winner is, drum roll, Miss Nancy Dennis.
Yeah.
You have been showing up, completing your assignments. You've been helping people in the groups. You all have DMs from me already. Congratulations to you, Nancy. Our third winner, drum roll, is Ruby Jackson. Congratulations, welcome, and thank you so much for showing up. You also have been helping everyone on the back ends with the comments, reposting notes. We see you guys. We appreciate you. Thank you and congratulations. Our next winner is, drum roll, JC Hutchins. You too. You have showed up. You have showed out. All of you guys have been completing your homework assignments. Of course, we can only choose a few. And our final winner, who has from day one been helping, reposting, note-taking, giving help to other people in the challenge, you have really, really been an asset to everyone on the team. And that is Miss Lindy Lewis.
Yes.
Thank you so much and congratulations. Again, all of you guys already have a DM from me and it will be posted staggered in the group, but those are our winners. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Congratulations to all the winners. All right. Make sure that you check your inboxes on Facebook. And if you're not friends with T, it might be in your other folder. So make sure you check your other folder so that you can claim your gift. Super excited for all of you all. And I will meet you all back tomorrow evening at 8 p.m. Eastern, where we're going to talk about how to turn your book, how to use your book to get started speaking. And on Sunday, how to make $10,000 or more from your book. And I'm really excited about it. And I will see you all tomorrow night. Good night.
Recording stopped.